Hello, my name is Bayda Asbridge. I'm an artist from Worcester, Massachusetts, and I'm making this short video for you so you can see some of the pieces of my art for your review. I'm gonna start on my left with some of my pieces. I have a staff decorated with beads. It's a piece of wood. I painted it, decorated it, attached beads and horsehair. And at the end you have some calligraphy with Arabic writing on it. Next to it I have a piece of Saudi weaving, and these are the pieces that I'm really concentrating on, Saudi, because my proposal is to make a list of Saudi sculptures. And this one is weaving, and I attach some doweling with some beads to the fringe and some Chinese painting, brush painting on paper that's attached to the warp, and I leave the warp open so I can attach things to it. So I have 4 pieces that are signed of butterflies, and this piece is called the Butterfly Garden. It's not very big in comparison to the other ones, so if I move away from it you will see it in perspective, I think. So there are 4 panels there in that piece. To my right I have a piece that I made and I dedicated for my mom, and it comes in 5 sections. I'm hoping that I will be able to hang it somewhere where it shows actually its depth is going to be hung as such from the ceiling. Unfortunately my ceiling is quite low, so I'm hoping that it will be hung, people can walk underneath it and they can see extra art at the back, which is samples of her writing in Arabic. And for now you can see the magnitude of the piece, the 5 sections representing the 5 siblings, white, orange, red, the favorite colors of my sisters. So that's the second piece. I thought a lot about how to transfer her image into the fiber and yarn. It was really hard, so I experimented with many things and eventually I end up with the silk screen prints, and I think this is really ideal because it showed exactly what I had in mind for it, so I'm very happy with it. This piece over here is practically my favorite piece. It's called Arabian Love Poems. It's a piece of Saudi weaving. It's attached to a piece of driftwood. This section was extremely fragile, so I had to dip it in resin to harden it, but again it became too glossy, so while it was glossy I added sand to take away that artificial look and make it look more natural. And here's the piece of weaving. It has some calligraphy in Arabic. It has names of very famous Arab poets and some poetry written on pieces of paper that was woven into the fabric itself. And I have a piece of silk, pure silk, that's attached to the left. I have tribal jewelry and some coral beads, some driftwood. So this is the first side. The second side has a different image. I have long fringe of hair of a woman, headpiece. I have the eye looking at you, and it has the name of the piece, Love Poems in Arabic. And the eyelashes are made of peacock feathers. And you have the long fringe hair coming all the way down with the silk, and some hair is blown away across the weaving. The piece has all kinds of fibers attached to it and paper, and so I'm moving away from it so you can see it in perspective as well. I'm coming to another room with another piece of weaving, which is the dragon's tears. The dragon's tears, it has reeds on the top where the warp of the piece is attached to it. It's attached, the warp itself is attached to reeds that represent the eyes of the dragon. You see the tears here, the tears coming down. You see extra of that metal beads or jewelry, tribal jewelry, coming down with different colors. And the fiber is quite thick, and I managed to include lots of other colorful decorative fiber to it and yarn. And I added acrylic paints. I splashed it with acrylic paints, some roving, some eyelash yarn, all sorts of things. This is a very interesting piece because it's a sculpture again, and it's attached to reeds at the back to represent the spine of the piece, so it can be hung from the ceiling all the way down to the floor. Again, this is a massive piece. Unfortunately, the ceiling is too low, so you can't really see the whole piece in perspective, but here it is from far. Okay, I'm gonna show you a couple of paintings as well, even though I'm trying to focus more on weaving, Saudi weaving. So here's one of them. On a stormy day I do white paintings, and this is mixed media with glass and mica, all sorts of things, and iridescent medium. And here's another one. It's called Africa Mirage, and it shows lots of media included, and the media seeps all the way to below, where you see underneath the frame there is extra mixed media. So this is just a brief description of the many things that I do, whether it's working with driftwood and staffs, or paintings, or Saudi weaving. Thank you.